Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum bum. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Come on in. This is the BjjBrick Quick podcast. My name is Byron. We're talking about jiu-jitsu. We always have a kind of a side category topic that will bring it back onto the mats. Giving you a little bit of a peek behind the scenes here of the operations at BjjBrick.com. Ever since doing these quick episodes, I get hit up a lot more for advertising and people wanting to write guest articles on the website. And I'm not real big into doing it. It's more work than it's worth. I'm sure there's some great people out there that write great things. And advertising, some of the products are probably really good. I got hit up by somebody who wanted a three-minute ad read on this podcast. So we're going to ignore the fact that they probably don't listen to the podcast because they would realize that it's 6 or 7 minutes long total. And the 3 minutes is a crazy amount of time. Okay, they don't listen to it. But just, that is ridiculous. Could you imagine? I feel like, I'll plug it now, so I won't plug it later. We have a Patreon page that you could donate per month. And we also have some audiobooks in the BjjBrick.com store that if you want a little help in your first year of grappling, there's a great way to do it with our audiobook. Boom. It's about as long as it is. And if I butcher it, the little advertisement, a little bit of, these podcasts cost a little bit of money to run. There's hosting fees and things like that. And so I need to keep making some money. And otherwise I'm paying to do this. And it's a little less fun, I guess. So I guess we pay for hobbies, but it's way more rewarding if I'm doing okay in this. And the person was offering me a good chunk of change for a 3-minute ad read on a daily podcast where I try to make it 5 minutes. And, I can't, they're always about 7 minutes. They're not 5 minutes. I'm like, man, that's hilarious. I told my wife that. She thought it was funny too. And I'm just assuming they didn't know that this is a quick podcast now. It used to be a long formal interview. There's hundreds of interviews with BjjBrick if you're new to the show, where they're well over an hour into 2 hours, and a 3-minute ad read would be no big deal. Nowadays, not so much. So let's talk about jiu-jitsu. Here we go. I didn't want to waste 3 minutes of your time reading an ad. How much of your time on the mats is a total waste? Now, you could easily say none of it's a waste. Yeah, I spend a lot of time joking around and maybe not training as hard as I could, but these are my friends. I've had a hard day at work. I've got who knows what problem at home, like some stresses in life. I come in here and I'm smiling the entire time. None of that was a waste of time. The argument stands. That's a solid thing to say. But you can also look at the other way as are you getting the most out of your time on the mats as far as jiu-jitsu goes? And if that's not your goal, which for me, I haven't competed in I don't know how long years. Is my jiu-jitsu fine-tuned the best it can? It's not. I was going to say probably not. It's not. I haven't. I go to jiu-jitsu and I have a ton of fun. I get to train super hard and I learn some stuff and get some really good rolls in. Get some more relaxed. Get some easier rolls in with some people I may not know as well and maybe a little bit newer. But I just have a great time. But if I wanted to really focus on a certain aspect of my game, I come in with a goal of doing this or getting better at this particular thing. How much of your time on the mats is used for that? Sometimes not much, sometimes none. If you come in and think, man, my guard sucks. I need to work on my guard today. and you get to rolling, you land a sweet double leg takedown, you just smash right past this guard and hold somebody and mount for the remainder of the time. Well, your guard still sucks. You didn't work on it at all. You might find a lot of fun working on brand new aspects of the game. You're also going to find some frustration because it's not something you're good at. But, add that to your game. So, what do you want to work on? Why are you there? Just kind of take a second as you're maybe driving class as you listen to this, or maybe you have class later on today, or maybe it's tomorrow. Hopefully it's not a whole lot more days between you and class. But from the time you walk in the door and the time you leave, did you accomplish what you wanted? And if it's just have a good time with your friends and get a good workout, you probably did great. If you have a competition in a month, are you trying to tighten a part of your week game? Are you trying to make your submissions a little bit more crisp? I don't know what you're trying to do. Did you put in 10 minutes of that? Was it only during the roll portion that you even learned that you did something? Are you zoning out during class? Are you just like, okay, he's teaching this again? Okay, I'm here, but I'm not going to pay attention. And I'm thinking about what happened yesterday, or maybe you had a date for tomorrow or something. And you're not there mentally. I might as well read a 3-minute ad in a 7-minute podcast. You might as well be there mentally and engaged. Hope this is translated well. I got a kick out of that email asking for a 3-minute ad read. I'm like, I'm going to somehow make this into a podcast. Doing a daily podcast, you got to have a lot of topics. So here we are. So hope you've enjoyed it. I've already plugged the Patreon audiobook. Thanks for listening to that quick ad. Hope you're having a great day today. You deserve it. And stay sweaty, my friend.